Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Seth, guys, John McTavish. How you guys doing this evening?
Not bad.
Got the
Doing
band
well.
back together again, man. It's exciting times.
All
No,
right.
Backstreet's back all right.
So today we are talking about the La Palina Goldie Laguito number 6. Cigar is, I don't know, I'm going to take a shot at Toro Extra, but 6.5 by 56. It is out of the El Titan de Bronze factory in the United States. Wrapper's Ecuadorian Habano, binder from Ecuador. Filler is Nicaragua and Dominican Republic. Price point is $23. Cigar was released in December of 2020. And we picked the cigar up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in Florida and near any of their locations, be sure to stop in for a great cigar and bar experience. But you can also catch them online at coronacigar.com, and you can place your orders. You can always just call them up too and place an order. So multiple ways to access the cigars that they offer.
Yeah, just to plug it a little bit more because I'm a fanboy. If you like the brown spirits, I mean, first of all, the amount of spirits they have there is ridiculous. And second of all, the people that they hire are extremely knowledgeable, which is always nice because usually you wouldn't expect, extremely knowledgeable people working in a cigar shop to also know a lot about spirits, but they
Have you
do
been there?
multiple times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just doing. I
He's just
thought
making
you were
it
just
up.
doing a bullshit plug. But no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is it well
Bullshit,
priced
yeah.
though? Can you find some like decent price stuff?
It's
though?
not unreasonable for what
It's not
is.
unreasonable, but you have to remember that it's definitely
Tourism
in
area, right?
it's a tourist area and it's in
Yeah.
an affluent area as well. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
for an
'cause there's, like,
experience.
I think there's a golf course like 2 blocks away from where it is.
You got to
And
keep
the
those other people out of there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the
The
Tampa
other-
store is a Davidoff store, so take that as well. So,
Oh,
but they're all great.
nice.
They're all great shops. I mean,
They're all great
the one in
shops.
downtown is like amazing. It's like a completely, glass front downtown.
I haven't
It's
gone to the
awesome.
downtown one because it's usually where I stay, if I'm in Orlando, I'm not anywhere near downtown, so there's the one location I need to visit. I mean,
You're
yeah.
paying for an experience, June.
Right.
It's an
Yeah.
experience.
It honestly, driving my wife crazy because every time we go to Orlando, I'm like, I need to go to Corona at least 2 or 3 times, and she's like, "Are you going to spend your entire time on our vacation at the cigar shop?" And I'm like, "Well, not the entire time, just half the time." Anyways,
You may have thought this was a review for Corona Cigar, but it's not. It's actually for the La Plena Goldie. So, June, take us through your experience with the Goldie Laguito number 6.
Yeah. Uh, Laguito. Doesn't that mean like Italian something?
It's the man. It's Bahiques, man. It's the Laguna number
Ah, okay.
and I
Which
thought
is-
it was
which-
Laguito.
6. Laguito.
Okay.
Maybe Laguito.
I think that's
Yeah.
how the Cubans say it, but
Okay.
what do I know? I'm as white as they come, so I'm not I'm not giving out any Spanish pronunciation lessons.
All right.
Name from the factory, but where's the factory's name come from?
El Titan. So,
This one.
I thought the first third was good. It had this really, what is that cigar? It reminded me of the, so back in the day, Cornelius and Anthony, what was the one that they did at El Titan? Do you remember? You guys?
Cornelius.
Cornelius?
Yeah, maybe the Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. It had this peppery meatiness, this like nuttiness to it. I kind of get that from a lot of the stuff that comes out of El Gitan. And I really like it. It's just that it's too bad it didn't uphold those flavors for me. Because by the time it got to like the last 2/3, I thought it was, give me a minute. I thought the meatiness was gone, and there was mainly cedar and white pepper. And it wasn't as good. So, yeah, these Goldies, man, it's such great memories, but such a painful new release to smoke.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Sorry, I got stuck looking at the map. I was lost in Cuba. Listen, this cigar sucked. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's, if you smoke La Palinas and Goldies from way back, it's just painful to smoke these things. I mean, it's just, there comes a point where it's like, just fucking stop. Stop making these, please. For the love of God. I was getting sour fruit, spice, dry earth. It didn't smoke well from beginning to end. The flavors were all lacking. I was getting some mineral notes, medium strength and body. It's just, it was unpleasant in my experience. John.
Well, I'm glad I had a better experience than Seth, although I'll have a little bit more to say about that in the end. The first third started out really nice for me, and it kind of did remind me a little bit of the classic Goldie with the chocolate graham cracker, cinnamon, baking spice, and a little bit of pepperiness in there and some creaminess. So, that to me was the Goldie. It was just this really nice desserty experience. I would call it medium minus because like it wasn't overwhelming on the palate. And I was like, oh man, okay, maybe they've managed to capture the lightning in the bottle again on a larger size. And then unfortunately for me, the second third and the last third, just, I mean, it was pleasant. I mean, still some really nice flavors in there that I liked, but the overall complexity just wasn't as engaging. And I found myself, smoking it and being like, yeah, it's okay. Like it's not, it's not bad. But it just wasn't, what was it? $23?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, not because we don't rate the score on price, but I mean, man, you take into account $23. That's tough, man. $23 is tough to deliver on. I mean, one thing I will say, of course, coming out of El Titan, the burn was near flawless. I did a touch up once, which maybe is questionable. Draw was perfect. So overall, my experience was slightly above average. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, this cigar started with a kind of a similar profile to what I got out in the pre-light draw, which was kind of like a musty cedar and soapiness. So I kind of got that. It was an interesting profile, but it didn't really last long until it kind of settled into the mustiness and toasted cedar profile. They had some black pepper for a bit, then moved to dry earth for a majority of the way. Had some burn issues and a loose draw, which I mentioned kind of in the pre-light because I felt as though the cigar was just very light for the size. So I figured it was going to be underfilled. Kind of let itself there with the loose draw, but cigar went out on me twice. But overall, it was a pretty average profile. And kind of going back to what Seth was saying, kind of feel like this line is a shell of what it once was. I don't think the large ring gauge does the blend any favors. And with the high price point, I just zero chance of coming back to this cigar. All right, so let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with John at 6 even. Jiunn gave it a 5.90. Seth gave it a 5.13. I gave it a 4.95. So, John, how'd that 6 even matchup for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's where we get into the talk about it's a slightly above average flavor profile with a near perfect construction. And so, you're really talking about a 5-6-ish flavor profile with the rest of it coming from the construction. And I'll echo what you were saying. I really don't think the large ring gauge does anything for this blend. And we'll talk about sort of classic Laguitos after, but this is just not, to me, this is not a cigar that is best represented in a large ring gauge format. It just, you lose too much, I think.
All right, Jiunn, 5.90.
Yeah, the 5.90 is it's okay. It's not very good tasting. Talk about something that hasn't been good in a long time. I went to do some Google searching and I was like, when was the last Goldie that I really liked? And I was reminded by that Lancero one-ish that they did. Guess when that came out?
That was the number
15?
2, and I think it was 13 or 14.
Oh, that far back.
Let's see, 11. What, number 11 was the first one.
Wait a minute. I need to make my point, but I
number
forgot
11
what year
was
was made.
You gotta be correct on your
I
facts.
think the number 2 was 2011.
Oh, is it that far back? I've got a box. I think my box is either the 2s or the 5s, and I've still got a few left.
Right, let's see, Goldie.
2014.
So that's the number 5, I think.
That is the Laguito Especial, the 7x40.
Oh, the Especial. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a cigar.
That was the last one I liked. That was May 14.
Yeah. I was like,
They were on a roll there for a while, man.
Yeah, and it was cheaper. I mean, it's not cheap. That was $16.50 per cigar, right? And now
for a cigar of the year candidate.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
they keep getting more expensive, man. They used to
Yeah,
be.
that's true.
When the first one was released, it was $15.
Yep, that was the best one too. The number 2,
Yeah.
right?
And then the next year, the second one was released, and that was also $15, despite the change. And what the hell's his name? Bill. Bill said that they would never go over $15. Well, here we are.
Wait, is he still own this company?
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
dude, he needs to. I don't know where he should go, but
he doesn't need to do anything, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's probably like still smoking the original number 2s, and he's like, "Oh, this motherfucker suckers."
You know what's funny is
anymore.
I'm pretty sure if I had to look at my box of Goldies, I'm pretty sure I picked them up at Corona Cigar Company when I was down there.
But
dude, they don't smoke as good as they used to, man.
No, this is not even close, man.
Oh, you mean now?
They don't age well either.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Yeah,
I think I still have like 6 in the box.
Yeah, I smoked the number 2 maybe I think last summer, and it was really disappointing actually.
Yeah.
So
I know what you did last summer, man.
Yeah. It's 5.13.
That's kind, man. I think I even wrote that if this wasn't a Goldie, it would have scored better. I think I actually put that. It's painful, man. I think if you think about it. If you really look back to like when you started smoking these things, and I mean, there's probably some bias in my opinion, but like, it's just painful. I mean, people, if you're reading this and you hear about how great these Goldies were years ago, it doesn't carry over. Don't buy them now.
Yeah.
Don't buy La Palina right now. We buy them because we have to review them. It's not that we buy them to smoke them.
Yeah.
We're not holding these things in joy. I don't think we are. I mean, if we are, we need help.
No, I didn't buy. I didn't buy more than enough for review.
Good. No, if it wasn't Jeff, I'd say we should ask for money back.
My 4.95 matches up well. It was a below average flavor profile. Some questionable construction on the sample I smoked. So it gets below that 5 mark, which is definitely not a good spot for a cigar at this price point. All right. Any other final thoughts?
Yeah, you can't do a big ring gauge. If you're gonna do this blend, I just don't think it's obviously hasn't been served well in a while, but doing a big ring gauge, just not the way to go.
And wrapper is very fragile, so you're going to end up with probably a torn wrapper near the head. You're going to have the wrapper kind of unraveling as you're smoking it because it's a big ring gauge and all that stuff.
My foot was cracked, and I didn't dock any points on construction, but I'm pretty careful with my cigars, so it doesn't take much, especially for something that big.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Laguito.